Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Stellaris Apocalypse, where, the tenants of Tabby has a good, mighty empire, but an empire surrounded by enemies or potential enemies, because the galaxy has rather well adapted to, well, the threat of me, pretty much, which is, yeah, the old little Federation I was planning to just smash apart. The Romans have been pulled into that, so I might end up at war with them very, very soon indeed at any moment. And I've realised something else as well. Now that these bastards, the Zanaam, have actually ended up in a fairly big little Federation down here, if I ever end up in a war with them, they've got a natural wormhole right up here to Nishpan. So what I think I really need to do is, yeah, get this place properly upgraded. So I could upgrade that to Citadel, but yeah, actually, what I want to do as well is have more gun batteries, because gun batteries don't just provide extra guns, they also modify the entire starbase to have more hull points and more armor points. So as a result, it's a good idea to have some of that. So I'm going to have some gun batteries and some missile batteries as well, together with just a handful of anchorage. But to be honest, I should probably... Ooh, naval logistics. Maybe I should change that. Ooh, deep space black site. That's not producing much, to be honest. And listening. Okay, I want the listening outpost. I might swap that out for... What could I do here that would actually help, just in case all those guys come swarming through the wormhole? Either a comms jammer, so sublight speed down, combat disengagement chance down, or shield hit points down. Yeah, that's good. Just on the off chance anyone ever comes through that, that's not a bad idea. In addition, let's actually have ourselves a handful of defense platforms around here. Just a couple to start off with. Let's just make this thing nice and strong. Because if they come swarming through, I want to have at least a decent thing in their way. Because, yeah, I can see their fleet already. Because, yeah, weirdly, you can see through the wormhole. Because I've got a listening outpost, actually in Nishpan, right there, I can see through the wormhole and several sectors over in every direction. So can I see... I think I can just see over to this thing, actually. Marvellous. I can actually see the Ether Drake right there. And I can see their fleet. So their main fleet there, 7,900. So if I can get to about 10,000 strength off the back of the station over in Nishpan, I can feel pretty confident we can at least hold them still if they decide to come through. Because they're probably not going to be clever enough to all come through together, they'll come through one at a time. Now we've got some big questions about strategy at this point as well, which is for another 8 years, I can't go back to war with these guys. Though when I do, I should be able to basically, yeah, probably I can mop up all of this lovely space around here. I should just basically eat all of this as part of my next war, and maybe just a little bit more as well. I could probably eat some of the starfish territory while not having to do much against the Romans full stop. I could try to vassalize these guys, because now I've actually begun the domination tree, I could do that. So I could demand they become my vassals. They will not accept, but when they actually refuse to accept, as a result... No, that's asked to be their vassals. That's the wrong option, John. What I can instead do is, yeah, offer to make them protectorates rather than vassals. They're not even strong enough to be vassals. I could make them protectorates. So as a result of that, yeah, they won't accept that either. They won't accept that, but if they actually refuse, then I gain a new ability to declare war on them for a year, where I can actually subjugate them and force them to become my vassals. Now, having them as a little buffer state between me and the dwarves doesn't seem like a terrible idea, to be honest. And good news, I would say that, yeah, Heavy Anchor and Hidden Pearl, those ones are now, yeah, well developed enough. I can shove them into the wider... Hang on, this is Warm Sands, isn't it? Yeah, I can just shove them into Warm Sands, so that should be fine. Also, I see I've got a colony ship here, and I can't remember why I built it. Why did I build that again? Okay, it's set up for an Alpine world, so... the likely candidates would be, well, this has got Betharium on it, which is never a bad idea. I'm pretty sure it wasn't supposed to be going up here, but I've just spotted this up here. This has got Betharium on it, and it's also got a Minerals 4 on it, which is quite frankly irresistible. So good news, guys, I guess you're just going to go and live up there now. And obviously we want to boost up the tier 4 one, so we'll shove this down right here. And in fact, these guys do have minerals plus 15, so that's going to be one hell of a productive planet right there. Marvellous. Have fun on Figure Mining Colony 01. In fact, this place, because it's got unstable tectonics, also has plus 15% engineering output, and the birds I'm sending over have further engineering. Did I plan this? Did I plan this and completely forget about it? Because it does seem like it's a good sort of thing. Ah, yes, and as I restarted, time for just a split second, yes, we've moved over to a new patch. I forget which one. They kind of released them pretty quickly at this point. Yeah, what you used to be able to do is if someone actually just had the actual Colossus project researched at all, i.e. they possess the ability to build a Colossus, you could declare war on them for having a Colossus. That's now changed, that you can't do that unless they've actually built the Colossus. So I used to be able to, if I wanted to, declare war on these guys because they had the tech, but they didn't actually have a Death Star. Now I actually have to wait for them to build the Death Star before I can attack them for having the Death Star, which I'll admit does seem sort of fair. Now, plans. What I need to do is, yeah, seize hold of this territory where there was previously the, this is where the nasty, terrifying monstrosity was, the dimensional horror. So let's get hold of that. And in addition, my science vessel needs to come around here and start scanning all of this because, here we go. There's a mysterious fleet here. Mysterious fleet. It was terrifying once upon a time, but now 11,000 strong. So there's a massive fleet here that I can take out, which appears to be squatting over a Gaia world. Now, I like Gaia worlds because Gaia worlds are good, and that's a Gaia world 25. That's pretty much as good as it gets. So, I've never seen this event before, so I'm kind of curious in taking these bastards out. So the General Security Fleet should have no problems taking care of that. So General Security Fleet, that looks like it's at pretty much full strength. You guys, what's going to be the fastest route for you to go? You can either go 1, 2, 3, 4 and then jump in, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's going to be going north. Okay. So, you guys head up in that direction. Those guys can't kick us out of the territory, fortunately. Reinforcements just piling in as well. We've also got the Cabbage Liberators. Yeah, we've got Cabbage Liberators just chilling out here. That's a nice safe spot for them. Guard against potential counterattack from these guys, and also guard the wormhole. So you guys just stay here. Shield Fleet is down here guarding against the Romans, and why do you technically exist? You shouldn't technically exist, because you're... Oh, wait, hang on. This is the... Was that the fleet that was guarding... I think that was the fleet that was guarding up here. Fine. Classy Swan, head over to Hulfax Defense Outpost. As soon as the bloody Forfossans are done with their stupid long war, we might just vassalize whatever's left after they're done. Though it looks like they're planning to pretty much take most of it now. So that's all absolutely 100% fine. So, yeah. I want to take these guys out, and I've got a science vessel coming around at the same time. The science vessel is going to immediately lay a scan down on this area, and then one of my construction ships will be coming round to actually have a little look-see. What have you guys got left, by the way? That's 1,000. That's a couple of hundred. Fine. So basically, at this point, they're pretty much screwed. I need to remember, of course, yes, I do have... Ooh, hang on. I do have an Ascension Perk available, and that's actually kind of important. Yes, inactive buildings, blah, blah, blah. And as soon as I get up to 250 influence, I could, if I wanted to, change my government to add an extra civic in for free. And that could be huge, because I could take the civic for bonus, bonus minerals. And that could be massive. So absolutely it's worth doing that for the time being. Because the nice thing about Wars of Vassalization is you don't need to be laying down claims anymore. So I can actually spend my influence on some more exciting, sexy stuff. Also, hang on, what's this over here? Oh, blimey. Right, the pirate fleets are now up to flipping 4,000 to go. You know what? I'm just going to basically let that guy do his own business. Because that pirate fleet is just going to absolutely tear apart the poor starfish. That's just beautiful. And we've also got a declaration of peace. Hang on, let's have a little look-see. What have you got here? Pirate fleet, which is actually, yeah, one of your own pirates. This is your own fault. Let's have a look-see what you're armed with. Tier 3 stuff for the most part with some Tier 1 point defense. Level 2 hyperdrive, some basic combat rolls. Yeah, pretty much T3 across the board, apart from shields at Tier 2. Not terrible, 40,000 hit points. I'm not sure they've got anything that can actually deal with that. Like, I've fairly recently smashed their fleets apart. So, I think this pirate's going to basically just go around doing whatever the hell it feels like it. That's just flipping marvellous. Now, who just declared... Oh, hello. That's... Ah. Yeah, the Khans are getting close together. In fact, I'm pretty sure I saw some of them forming a bloody federation as well. They're kind of federating with each other. So that's Federation Associate status. Some of you have started confederating. I saw it. Yeah, here we are. So these guys up here. So the Fan guys are confederating with the Cross guys. So wait, that is you. Okay, that was you. So you are confederating with you. So potentially that could be of interest. And yeah, the Tebazoid Ravagers are just chilling out over here. Really hoping they end up in a war pretty soon. Ideally, yeah, right here. Right flipping here. Also, thanks to people pointing out in the comments, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to acknowledge this over the last few parts. Some people have been saying, even though I did tell the game to forcibly spawn all 5 Fallen Empires, in the event there literally isn't enough space in the galaxy, sometimes one of them will just fail to spawn, even though you've actually told the game you want them to spawn. So it's possible the xenophobes are just not there, which is kind of fun, because both of the 2 times I've had a War in Heaven trigger when I've been playing Stellaris, it's been xenophobe versus xenophile. So it'll be kind of fun instead for it to be, yeah, the actual, the religious guys versus the materialist guys, because that completely does not involve me. Other side of the galaxy, alright? I can either sit that one out or just send a small force over to help out if I choose to. And speaking of the Khans, apparently they've also been going to war with each other a little bit. Blimey. So, Fan Guy and Grabby Claw Guy were at war, and it looks like, oh, I think Fan Guy's in a bit of trouble. Right, so Grabby Claw Guy is sort of consolidating, gotcha. Now, that Ascension Perk, I was going to be saving that for the Colossus project. Except, now that I happen to have picked up the first of my psychic things, there's something else I want to do, which is, as with Spiritualist, it would be sad not to go for mind over matter, quite frankly. So yes, indeed, only a fraction of the potential contained within our minds has been unlocked. The latent psionic ability of our species is now beginning to manifest in certain individuals, gaining a new research option, telepathy. So I would say, let's get that done. And immediately, since the dawn of our civilization, tales have flourished of mighty sorcerers wielding powers that can only be described as supernatural in nature. These rare tabbies could supposedly invade the minds of their fellows, lift heavy objects with merely a thought, or perform any number of other magical feats. Until recently, these stories were just that, stories. Now, however, our scientists have finally obtained conclusive evidence that proves the psionic potential inherent in certain tabby individuals. Although only a very small number of our species as a whole seems to be gifted with psionic powers, their numbers relative to the total population have grown steadily over just the last few centuries. Whether this is due to some kind of sudden evolutionary growth spurt, or because something has triggered latent psionic abilities that were always present in our genetic code, scientists cannot say. So now, as a result, there is going to be the latent psionic trait inside our species, together with the Psi Core building available, and psionic armies can also be recruited. Oh yeah, and that's pretty damn badass. So hang on, where's that psionic thing going on? Is that showing up here? Okay, that might show up here in time, it's just not quite there yet. And tragically, none of our leaders have immediately shown up as psychic. Instead, 2 of our flipping leaders have actually shown up as bloody Arrested Development. In fact, actually, you're governing Warm Sands at level 2 with Arrested Development, so you're being got rid of, sorry. Any new guys happen to be? Nope, tragically not. Well, in that case, who's actually governing, yeah, Liberation, because Liberation's important. You're resilient in Arrested Development, so that's not really actually helping, to be honest. So, I might instead, yeah, bring an intellectual to actually govern Liberation, because that's a big sector. So that should hopefully lead to a fairly big increase. So we're going to bring that up. Yeah, okay, so we're going to move that guy. The Rhino Turtle is going to move over to Liberation, and the Duck, who's arrested, but he's arrested at level 5, so that's good enough, quite frankly. We'll move him over to Warm Sands. So let's just make that quick switchy round now, and we'll see if, yeah, right now physics is 545. Let's see if that actually jumps up. So Liberation needs to instead be managed by this guy, 548, and he's at level 1. So there's immediately been a small jump, and it's going to get bigger over time. So that's just flipping marvellous. And goes up a bit more because he's moved over to Warm Sands, which also has a bit of science going on. Lovely. And convenient timing, this is about to get its gun battery, and it goes up from 6.5 odd to... Oh, hello. Whoa, that just jumped significantly. Wait, what? What the... Oh, right. One of my ships was just taking a shortcut through this space, presumably to head over here, and ran straight into that bloody pirates. Right, well that's a shame. Where are you going, by the way? You are currently moving to Minnock. Okay, I'm not sure you guys have really got an answer to this, and ooh. Okay, I'm just going to move my transport fleet away to safety. Just a little bit. I'm a little bit concerned that if those guys did come this way, that might be a bit difficult. Also, who's claiming what? Okay, it's those bastards to the south. Don't worry about that. And oh, I think actually the fleet managed to... No, that was a science ship. Oh, cock! That was a science ship. That was the science ship I wanted to come and scan this bloody... Okay, get another science ship over there as quickly as possible, because I'm not having this system being lost to these bastards. In fact, for speed, I'm just going to train a new science ship here at Yodbem. So that's absolutely fine. We'll just break it down again later. I've got spare leader capacity right now. So get a new science ship into production right there. That's absolutely fine. And then we'll just put a new scientist in there. No problem at all. Because, yeah, I do not want to risk these guys actually... Ooh, hello. Right. So it turns out there's flipping pirate systems everywhere around here, because this system you guys never bothered to go and colonize. So that's fine. I will go and colonize it in that case. And yeah, there's actual flipping science vessels all over the shop here. There we go. You're done. That's the Pausinius. It's back. Okay. As you're apparently back, you just loop round here, please. And once you're in position, then I will deploy the fleet. Now, who wants to have a chat? You want to basically... What do you want to do? Non-aggression pact? Well, that's absolutely fine. And more non-aggression pacts between identical empires down south. Lovely. Now, here's something I've actually wanted to know. Can you actually insist that demand vassalization... They must be at peace. Wait. They're not at peace? Oh, they're technically at war. Yeah, I was unsure whether you could actually demand the vassalization of someone who's actually part of a federation, but it would appear that you actually can, so that's absolutely lovely. So those guys are, yeah, they went on the offensive, but actually the attackers have less war exhaustion than them. So it feels like your attempt to knock out these bastards once and for all hasn't exactly gone well. There's all the strength you've got, and you're just slowly trying to wear down this planet, but it's not exactly going... well, or rather it's going to take a hell of a long time for you to do it.
Special project complete.
And we've also managed to pick up, more artifacts. How many of those do we have left? I feel like we must have picked up quite a few of them. Oh, well, this is just absolutely flipping perfect. Speak of the flipping devil. Right, so, contact the nearest science ship. What exactly is this? Whatever it is, it doesn't... Ooh. Okay, that's just spawned a brand new... thing. Okay, well, do we have a new science ship that just basically... Yeah, this is bloody convenient. Right, who wants to actually be on this new science ship? Here we go, survey speed up. That'll flipping do. So you, Mr... Are you... Oh, no, you're a Roman, not a human. Sorry, my mistake. You, my good man, go over here, survey this here system, because finally, after a very bloody long time... we've actually managed to locate the Vultarm home system. What was the actual story here? Yeah, long-lost location of the Vultarm home system. An expedition must be dispatched there as soon as possible before someone else uncovers their secrets. So we know where that is. It's right there. And I don't think I've ever actually got to the end of this event chain before. I've previously found... What's the other one? The one with the... Yes, the one with the robots and the dead people and the plague and whatever. I don't remember. I don't think I've done this one. So this is new. So we've got all sorts of exciting sex stuff coming on. Also, don't forget research. So we've got Titans coming in. Alright, we've got jump drives coming in. And also, we should have, as a new thing, psionic armies and telepathy. Ooh, you know what? I'm kind of tempted just to go straight over to that. That is... Actually, FTL speed plus 50%. Just get that finished off, then go over to telepathy. But we are, you know, researching exciting, sexy technology right now. And we're only 10 months out from jump drives, which is pretty damn cool. Now, where are the science ships? There? Yeah, okay, fine. The science ship is almost flipping there. Marvellous. And you have managed to take care of that. You slap down a research station there. And the moment you're done... I want you to come round to this system afterwards. Okay, so it shouldn't take him long to throw up one little research station there at all. Good. But yeah, we need to... We need to make sure we're quick on the draw, because there's flipping science vessels and construction ships belonging to these guys, the figure, right there. So if I clear out this system and then they get the system, I will be very flipping annoyed. Also, I'm just sitting on so much fleet capacity right now. So much flipping fleet capacity. I really should just be spending this money, like, as soon as possible. Cabbage Liberators. General Security Fleet is technically at capacity right now. That's as big as this fleet can be. Fine. In that case, let's just actually get a big pile of... Oh, you guys are apparently damaged. Cabbage Liberators. Right, where were you guys again? Yeah, you were right here. Guys, get in... Just get into orbit. Get into orbit, then you'll start immediately healing. There you flipping go. Now they should start immediately... Oh, wait, hang on. I think you need a shipyard to heal up. Wait, do you need a shipyard? No, they are healing up. That's fine. I always get confused about that. Yeah, it needs to be any starbase, friendly or not, but it must be like a proper starbase. It can't just be a basic outpost. It needs to have been upgraded at least once. It needs to be in orbit around it. Then it heals up. That's fine. Do I want to upgrade this to a citadel just for fun? Do I? No, I should just invest in more fleet. You guys, just reinforce that fleet. Just spend a giant pile of money on that. That's absolutely a-okay. Do we have... The science ship is ready to go. The construction ship should be nearly done. That's 76%, 78. Yeah, fine. The construction ship will be there by the time the scanning is done. Okay. So, in which case, you, my good man... Actually, and that's also the repairs done there. You, my good man... Head in. So, General Security Fleet heads in immediately. And we've also got... Okay, we've got an anomaly, but I don't know whether... Failure risk. I don't really want to risk that, to be honest, because if that's actually the solution, leave that be. I'll send a better scientist later. You just scan these systems. We'll get them locked down as well. And, oh. Hello. So... This is interesting. The Guardians of Zanaam. Okay, this isn't the Venoom. This is the guys over here. We're running into lots of sexy stuff at once. It's marvellous. So, Interloper, heed this message. We are the Guardians of Zanaam. Yeah, that's the big, big, lovely Gaia world. Your presence here is an affront to our creators. Our programming compels us to destroy you. Make your peace with the universe. I would say go to Red Alert. Those guys are going to attack us now. But we have by far the stronger fleet. So, prepared to attack here. And also, when they say, we are going to destroy you, what they mean is we can't actually be bothered. So, we are going to take these... Oh, dear. Oh, yeah. Oh, flipping yeah. I think you guys... Though you've got some really big, sexy, fast-moving... Wait, are you... You better not be warping out. It better be me that's warping out. Right, I've also found... Oh god, I found everything at once. So, we've also found the Vultuum homeworld. So, underwent a massive extinction event 12 million years ago, caused by the detonation of some kind of antimatter device. From the ruins that remain of the planet's surface, we've learned that Vultuum society experienced a radical ideological shift a century before their extinction. Their new philosophy posited the entire universe was an artificial reality which all sapient beings have been unwittingly plugged into for the amusement of some higher power. Ooh, fourth Wall-y. The Vultuum undertook increasingly radical attempts to forcibly disconnect themselves from the simulation, most of which involved mass suicide. They finally concluded only the simultaneous disconnection of billions of individuals would destabilize the system enough to grant them freedom. At an agreed upon hour, Vultuum everywhere killed themselves by any means available. Those who refused to take part in this mass suicide were too few to repopulate the species, and so the Vultuum faded into obscurity and eventual extinction. And that gets me 9,999 unity, together with a little bit of, well, quite frankly, a little bit of an underwhelming amount of science, but it'll do. And that is not even enough to push me. That is not even enough to push me up to the next actual tradition. So that's just flipping marvellous. Meanwhile, over here, have you guys actually managed to win that fight? I think you have. Good. So this system is now cleared out. Probably what I also want you to do now is go around here and clear out... Hang on, where are you going? What's your destination right now? Because what I really want to do is, yeah, I need to clear out you and you. So just clear out those two fleets. You, meanwhile, get in here right now and survey the system. And you, meanwhile, get right up behind them because I want this system locked down for me. Alright, meanwhile... Oh! Hello, sexy. So, as it turns out, yeah. So, Vultum Prime turns out to have been not just mass suicide on, but something very bad happened here. This entire planet looks like it's been kind of semi-cracked. Yeah, I feel like there's more of a story here than what we're actually seeing. It's a broken world. Ooh. Okay. There's definitely more here than what we're seeing then. Because that's definitely not just a mass planet-wide suicide. That there is, yeah, someone actually used some form of planet-cracking weapon against them. But marvellous. That's, yeah, very fascinating. Still, this all looks very nice. Where have we got my nearest construction ship, by the way? I think we've got one over here, haven't we? You're not doing anything. Fine. Get over here and build ourselves some... Apparently you can't... Oh, yes, it's not technically part of... Okay, just everything chill out for just one cocking second, alright? What's going on here? Leave that be... And I'm assuming, that's just the general security fleet engaging with one station. Doesn't exactly get as much, to be honest. They're going to visit there and then nip back over here. You're actually doing things over here. The construction ship should be coming in momentarily. And until this system is actually scanned, yeah, there's nothing we can actually do. And by the way, I want you to actually scan this planet first, because I'm just kind of, you know... I'm impatient like that. So I want you to scan that planet first. I want to know what the hell's going on in it. So there we are. Let's figure out what Zanaam is, given they were so bloody keen to guard the thing. This is very interesting. Oh, we need to actually take out the 3,000 strong thing. But that's fine. You know what? I will do you a favour, Starfish. I do feel like I kinda owe you one after the whole war. So, straight away, the station goes down, and then we just turn our firepower. Yep, a little bit more minerals and energy. And then the firepower goes straight onto the pirate ship, which has like 40,000 health. But with plasma, we will cut through that in no time. Anything worth researching? No. Antimatter missiles? Not really. So in which case... You head over here. There is a planet here, but it's only 13 big anyway. You head over here in that case. Now, Zanaam. What are we looking at here? Gaia World and... Ooh. Well, this is interesting. It's got an obelisk of Zanaam on it. Immune to orbital bombardment. Produces 10, 10, and 10. I mean, quite frankly, this place is worth settling pretty much just for that. But it's also got alien pets on it. And alien pets are the cutest. So 100% are we landing on this world. Now, what else is remarkable about this world? It produces a fair amount of science. There are 3 different sociology-related spots on it. And we've also got some engineering on it as well. So probably best to bring one of my several sociology specialists here. In fact, actually... Just for once, as we haven't really done it for a bloody while, how about we actually bring some tabbies here? Because tabbies are actually intelligent, so tabbies could get the bonus on science for both sociology and for engineering. And it would just be nice to have a few more tabbies in the Empire, and some tabbies over here. That would be lovely. And of course, don't forget, these days, all tabby pops have the latent psionic trait. It's not showing up on leaders yet, but it's showing up against all people. So not only are they intelligent for plus 10% science across the board, they also pick up plus another 5% across the board right there, which is very, very nice indeed. Oh, and research is complete. Oh, that's jump drives. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Life is good. Life is happy. I am good about that. Also, we've got new Neutron Launchers. That's pretty nice. Okay, Neutron Launchers could be fun. Level 3 point defense for predictive algorithms. That could be very tempting. Those Neutron Launchers are pretty nice, though. Those are good. Okay, let's get the Neutron Launchers down, because, yeah, under certain circumstances, some really, really flipping powerful stuff like that, that could be good, yeah. That's just a good specialised weapon for certain situations. That seems pretty decent. And also, I have managed to get there in time. Though it's very expensive, I can get this system locked down for me. Which I want to do, even though it's very, very expensive on the influence front, because it's worth it. And also, pirates just keep spawning forever in this part of space. So I just need to keep bloody knocking them down. And also, I need to actually lock down this system before it becomes a bloody pirate hub as well. Now, looking at that little world, not really worth bothering with. I might just kind of, you know, sweep up these 4 systems just for the sake of the mining rights, but honestly, they don't seem to be worth much. I've no idea why the flipping starfish didn't. Well, I know why they didn't take this one. I'm not sure why they didn't take these 3, because, yeah, the little pirate bases should have been very much manageable. Also, I think while I wasn't paying attention, there's been a further breakdown of the Mighty Ducks. Right now we're up to, the Mighty Ducks have, yeah, they've got this territory, these few mining platforms, and over here, there are now 5 breakaway states. There is the Mighty Ducks Confederation, High Kingdom of Ducksburg, Mighty Ducks Alliance, United the Mighty Ducks Nations, and Unified the Mighty Ducks Worlds, which is one world. Which is just quite frankly beautifully named. Oh, I love it. So, the Mighty Ducks not in great shape there, to be honest. Ah, and very conveniently, just because, yeah, your civilian ships now just auto-update to the best technology going, all my civilian ships have just magically picked up jump drives, even though they shouldn't actually have access to them. So, let's have a little look-see at this little construction ship down here. You may notice this construction ship now has this nice little kind of orange circle around him. That is his jump range. That does not replace his hyperdrive anymore. So if I want to move him here, he will by default still just use his hyperdrive. The jump is instead something you can do on top of that. So if I want to initiate a jump, then yes, I can indeed order a selected jump drive equipped fleet to make a jump to a selected system, bypassing hyperlanes completely. However, after doing that, they need 200 days to recharge before it can be used again, and for that 200 days, so for over half a flipping year, weapons damage is down and sublight speed is down. So you are massively hindering yourself. You do not want to jump into a war. It is convenient for moving the force around nice and quickly, but it's not really that useful in some ways. So if I want to just, like, you know, move long distances quickly, then my sublight speed being down 50% means any benefit I gain from jumping, I'm going to lose for the following half year, where I'm now moving at half speed. So it might be useful if there's, like, you know, like, say if I was over... Yeah, there's like a big area around here where there's not really kind of a logical way to go from point A to point B. Being able to make a point-to-point jump from here to here, if I actually, you know, owned both of those systems, might be a little bit useful. It's arguably more useful for your civilian ships than anything else, because if I want to get, say, in fact, actually, I do want to do precisely that about now. Where's my actual... Oh, it's already made it there. Fine, never mind. Had that construction ship not already made it there, I could have made that construction ship do a point-to-point jump from here straight up to here. And then he could have started working on that immediately. Because sure, the sublight speed would have been a bit annoying, but it wouldn't have been a big deal, really. Also, my flipping monthly gain of Unity right now is 7.45 a month. Oh, it's just so sexy. Obviously, my main fleet doesn't have that yet. I'm going to need to plug that on. It does also have one other benefit, which is it does actually replace the Hyperdrive 3. So jump charge time down 50% actually goes to minus 70%. So your standard just hyperlane jumps are faster as a result, which is very, very nice indeed. Though we're starting to get into power problems here. Even with actual flipping, yeah, level 5 power, I'm actually struggling to power everything I've got plugged onto my ships. Also, here's something I'm not keen on. In the most recent patch, they've actually, yeah, depowered the autocannons a little bit. So now it's only plus 50% shield damage. I think it used to be, was it plus 75 or plus 100% previously? So yeah, it's quite a bit weaker than it used to be, which is a bit of a shame, because yeah, now it's 7.57 per time on small. The actual, yeah, the advanced railgun is actually 4.99, but that is bonus, yeah, 50% to shield. That's also 50% to shield. Terrible at dealing with armor, worse dealing with armor. You know what, it's still pretty good. The problem is just, yeah, the range of 30 versus the range of 50. So I will actually keep kind of 2 of them plugged on, but yeah, power's really starting to be a problem here. So I may need to actually have these guys be relying a little bit more on, yeah, have those guys relying on that lovely neutronium armor a bit better. Though in all fairness, yeah, 280 armor is not bad at all, really. And it is also time, of course, to, yep, start actually putting that beautiful, beautiful particle lance on all of my battleships. Don't have many of them yet, but I think it's time to start actually expanding that fleet. Because, yeah, that looks pretty sexy on the front right there. And speaking of the devil, I've got this lovely little construction ship here I want to actually get over here as soon as possible. So let's just actually have a little look-see at what he's planning to do. So he is just basically going to go woobly, 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 woo. And then, as soon as he's actually done, in 3, 2, 1, he just basically naffs off. And he appears straight over there. Marvellous. Except now, yeah, he does indeed have... Wait, where are you? Where'd you just go? Where did you just go? Oh no, that was him. That was him. And now there he is over there. But you'll notice he is indeed now incredibly flipping slow. But that's fine. Right, you actually lock down this system for me as well. I need all these systems locked down as quickly as possible, especially the ones that have actually got useful, actual valuable stuff in them. Are you locking down this system, by the way? Yeah, you're building this star base, and then you can actually just slap down... Oh, yeah, that's a lot of good research right flipping there. Marvellous. Healthcare campaign runs out, obviously renew that immediately, and someone wants to chat as well. You want to give me a big pile of minerals and credits for neutronium. Honestly, that seems like a good deal. So I'm willing to accept that. That seems like a good amount of money right there. As soon as I'm confident we've got this space locked down, I will actually deploy. In fact, actually, the other fleets can immediately be deployed. And, oh, we've got ourselves a war as well. And it's, oh, this is interesting. The Ganvius Empire has attacked, that is the mushrooms. But the mushrooms are not alone anymore. The mushrooms are, oh, Ganvius. I feel like you've made a mistake here. I feel like you're about to get flippin' dog-piled from every flippin' direction there, dear oh flippin' dear. And of course the jump drives will also be very useful for me being able to get from here over to here without having to go through enemy territory, because at some point, I believe in about 5 years' time, those guys will be able to lock me out of their space lanes. So that's all absolutely fine. Yeah, other fleets... You're probably free to head somewhere just to recharge and upgrade for the time being. Cabbage Liberators, same deal, please. In fact, actually, I think you're going to the same spot. Marvellous. Who's insulting us now? Oh, it's the birds. Intriguing. Look at those feeble tabby appendages. They don't even have integrated multi-spanners or pneumatic flesh lacerators. It's true. Though actually Tabby does have automatic flesh lacerators. They're called claws, and they're quite effective when she decides she doesn't want to be petted. And we've also got an interesting thing here. Ah, yes, of course. This is actually in Voltarmore. What I decided to do was actually send a better science ship. So we've got an emergency transmission. Outer casing heavily damaged, seemingly by glancing weapons fire. Might be a Tabby model for civilian ships. Okay. Well, yes, indeed. Clean up the transmission. Let's see. It might be a Tabby in distress. And we're going to need a scientist level 3 to handle that. That's absolutely fine. I think we've got one of them actually passing right by. That was actually doing the other thing for the time being. So after you're done with that, head over here and handle that for me, please. Lovely. Also, it's time for a new Cat Pope. And the Cat Pope is apparently most likely to be, yeah, just the existing guy. Though if it did turn out to be, no, that's Space Miner rather than the other sort. Anything good here? Actually, Industrialist is there, but I don't want to waste the influence on it. But if it does happen to work, then that might actually be quite useful. And actually, as it turns out, we got ourselves a couple of projects to do in Voltarmore. There's plenty to get on with here. Fine, research both of those projects while you're actually passing through. And my construction ships, yeah, build the research station first, because that's worth a hell of a lot of science, and then crack on with that. Also... New ruler mandate. Yep, didn't fulfill the last mandate. That's fine. Who's it? Ooh, it's someone new. It's one of my admirals. Cruiser focus. Cruiser build cost minus 20%. Fortifier. Starbase upgrade cost minus 10%. Ooh, defense platform build cost minus 33%. That's not terrible, actually. And also, apparently, we've got ourselves... Aha! Well, we know what we're doing now. Obviously, telepathy. So we want some telepathy to be going on here. That will also open up a psionic army. But yes. Oh, yes. Yes. And, oh, the Titan's just tantalizingly out of reach. But soon, my beautiful, massive bastard, soon. Now, while we're actually swimming in money, by the way, we do actually have another disabled gateway inside our empire. Hell yeah, we'll get that actually up and running. So in just 2 years' time, that will open up. And if it's anything like the last one, they open up as part of a pair. So there's a good chance we might actually open up, well, something. We just don't know what. Also, my station is currently just chilling out opposite this here pirate station. So if someone would like to go and deal with that at some point, that'd be just flipping marvellous. Here's something interesting. One of the United Mighty Ducks empires is actually begging for food. You don't see the computer doing that often. And I see no reason why not. We'll be able to replace that food pretty quickly. And, oh. This is interesting. No, you're not having... Honestly, it's not really worth it for me to do that. But if you're starving to death, I guess I technically see no reason why not. But why did two empires just suddenly... lack food? What's going on? Oh, and in just a split second it's gonna happen. Watch that science, because that science should be about to. Yeah, all of that beautiful science jumps up very, very quickly indeed. I really need to get some more engineering down, by the way. It's kind of weird how much, how much we're lacking in engineering. Because engineering's really important for some big, expensive ones. And also, we've got peace between the Romans and... Oh, did that just change? I don't think it did. I think that's about... Did you gain anything? I don't know if they gained anything. I can't help but notice there's actually a curator enclave floating around in this space, which I'm not sure if they always had. It feels like the sort of thing they wouldn't normally have, because they'd have destroyed it. But then I suppose maybe they literally don't have the strength to do it. And also, who's fighting? Oh,
Ships upgraded.
Oh, that's a big one. That's pretty damn big. Right, the Federations just went to war. Rome just attacked the mushrooms. But if Rome's attacked the mushrooms, that's going to bring... Okay, yes indeed. Allies of the mushrooms are the Ganvius Imperium, Twitter, and the Dicks down south. Meanwhile, the Romans have brought in all their friends. That's fascinating. Okay, so... Yeah, the big kind of grey bastards around here have actually gone to war against Ganvius. How's that war going, by the way? That is... Hang on, that's an offensive war by them, and the defender war exhaustion is higher, so they do seem to be doing okay in that regard. Ganvius Empire... Have you guys actually managed to secure anything? I don't see you with anything actually secured. Possibly you just won a space battle or two. Right, so down that end of the Empire, everything's going nuts, which is good, because I'd like to actually see that. So I'm willing to do you a deal, which is I would like to actually have... Yeah, I'd like an active sensor. Really? You are that opposed to actually an active sensor link? What if I offered you one in... Okay. They really do not want an active sensor link. That's a shame. Is it because they just hate me so much? Possibly they just hate me so much. Okay. What about the... Do the Ganvius hate me? I don't think they hate me that much. Hang on, let's see if they're up for it. Possibly this is the most recent patch. Now active sensor links... Yeah. Now, for whatever reason, people are way less keen to trade active sensor links than they used to be earlier in, Apocalypse and Cherry. That's an interesting little change. Well, that's a big moment of war right there. Okay, so we've got ourselves, an extra 3 engineering out of the big graveyard project. Unsurprising there. And it's also time to renew all of our subscriptions, so the actual curators should be along in a moment too. There they are. We'll keep extending that, thank you. Bit expensive, 6,000 a go, but it'll do. And you are building mining stations. Yeah, and once you're done with those mining stations, get over here, slap down this here research platform as well. Yeah, we just need more engineering. We really, really do. Also, where's this ship right now? Because, yeah, there might be a point where it becomes intelligent for me to do a jump. Probably when it gets to about here-ish, I can jump straight over. Ah, here we go. So we've got Ransom, SOS. So, what have we got? Tab make signal relaying stabilized. Alright, so tabby authorities identify yourselves. Or we could lose influence if we don't care. Hello, who are you exactly? This is the captain of the Luxian, a tabby civilian transport. Former captain, Luxian's gone. We were boarded by pirates taken captive before they blew up the ship. Okay, who exactly? They call themselves the Ransomers or the Ransomeers. Oh, have I run into this before? I can't remember how it goes if I have. And I've overheard them discussing their demands. We will indeed rescue you. Abso-flipping-lutely. So thank you. We're being held in a space station. I have no idea where we are beyond that. I'll increase the transmission burst. Should be able to triangulate from that. Okay. So positions here. And what just happened? There's... So the pirates are now just... The pirates are just going for the station. Right, well that's interesting. Is anything close by to there that might be able to get over there and help out? Because in theory, I think actually Classis 1, Classis 1, begin moving in that direction, then prepare to do a jump over there. Because even if you're massively weaker, you'll still be easily able to just deal with them. Fine, so sit log, we know where the base is. we've just got to, well, ideally we want to not blow it up because, like, you know, it's got tabbies inside it. So make sure we do all this properly. And with this area of space secure, by the way, yeah, the General Security Fleet should report to Yod Bem for upgrades. Because we can do some very nice upgrades there right now. And this station, which I just sort of inherited, has a shipyard, bunch of anchorages on it. And actually, I will... I'll replace the black site with an actual... Yes, there's actually 3 anchorages there. I'll replace that with naval logistics. So that seems like a good trade out just for the additional capacity. I've still got like 150 capacity. I'm just floating right now. I really need to deal with that. Also, I really need to actually save up 250 influence so I can reorganize my government in such a way as I can take advantage of the extra civic I've unlocked through tech. Because that could be really flipping powerful. So I absolutely should prioritize that. Oh, this is interesting. The pirate base is apparently slowly tearing itself to pieces, which I assume means it was bombarded by my own outpost. So, hell, no lifeboats, abandoned, collapse, Captain, Captain, uh-oh. So, the kidnapped tabbies never made it off the pirate base. We're unable to determine exactly where they met their own. Well, probably when we bombed the base to destruction, to be honest. Okay. Right, if the lifeboat failed to launch or they never made it out of their holding cell, fact remains they are dead. Tabby people, however, are sure to appreciate the swift action taken by the Pontifex Thales of the Tenants of Tabby. They're unlikely to forget this tragedy. So, oh, bloody hell. For apparently, like, several years, happiness is down 10% across the entire empire because, like, a handful of people died in a botched hostage rescue. Which I'll agree is sad, but, like, everyone being 10% less happy, constantly, no matter what planet or what species you are, for 5 years, that might be a bit much. Okay, so now all of my fleets, with the exception of... In fact, actually, why am I even doing that? Why don't I just do this? Yeah, direct point-to-point jump. All my fleets, apart from General Security, do actually have jump drives and also level 5 shields and armor, including, oh, that lovely neutronium armor, which is very, very sexy indeed. Cabbage Liberators have picked that up as well, so they can now just basically, yeah, indeed, just jump straight back over here. And don't forget, Shield Fleet can just basically... Ooh, Shield Fleet can't quite make it. Okay, Shield Fleet can just jump to there, which is kind of pointless, but whatever. And then immediately afterwards just kind of travel normally up to that point. That's all absolutely fine. And while we've actually got a Pontifex Thales, who actually has, yeah, nice flipping cheap defense platforms, let's just get a couple of them down, because why not? And also, upgrade the ones we've already got on top of that too. We may as well kind of get a few more of them down, because I just basically feel like, yeah, if there's a wormhole that leads to the south of the galaxy, maybe, just maybe, what we want to do is have that thing be guarded. And you guys, by the way, get in orbit over here. This platform could... Do I want this to be a place where this fleet lives? Is it worth me bothering with an actual crew quarters here, rather than naval logistics? Could do, or... You know what, we probably don't need the disruption field generator anymore. Just to save some money, I'll have, yeah, dock ship upkeep minus 25%. I do actually have a fair few fleets floating around here. I'll trade that out for crew quarters, just for now. I can do without the 20% debuff to shields. That's a fairly modest thing anyway, to be honest. Ah, and here we go. This is the perfect sort of time to actually use a jump on colony ships. So this colony ship's here. It's trying to get to here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jumps out normally, or 1 jump right now. So, yeah, in just flipping 10 days from now, they'll be ready to just basically head straight over there. It'll just basically arrive. So, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and in it comes. And now we can just basically move it straight over here. And I'd say we're going to, yeah, colonize Zanaam. And I'd say we're going to keep it being called Zanaam, because that's quite a good name, so screw it, why not, eh? What do I want to actually put this? There's a 2 and a 3 minerals there. So let's just slap this down there. And I'm going to keep it being called Zanaam. Because I don't know exactly who the original guys are. But we're going to kind of, you know, we're going to continue their legacy. They were clearly sciencey and had really advanced technology. And so do we. In fact, actually, I am going to call this Zanaam Reborn. This is going to be kind of like a new, wonderful rebirth for the planet of Zanaam. It's going to be marvellous and beautiful and diddly-diddly-dee. So let's just get that down. And, yep, that's pretty nice. And also, up here, I'm right now 5 out of 7 on the old planets. Figure our mining base should be nearly flipping ready as well. Yes, indeed it is. That's actually close to being down. And what have we got there? You have got... Okay, I'm sorry, but I can't keep giving you food indefinitely. I'm really sorry. I'm not sure what you've done that suddenly means you desperately need hundreds of food every few months, but I cannot just give you all that food. Like, I ideally need my food to be capped, because if I actually, yeah, get my food capped, that translates into bonus growth. So, I'm afraid I need that. Ooh, hello. What are you giving me? You're giving... Ooh. You're just giving me free minerals and energy because you like me. Good. Thank you. This is why you want to basically do whatever they tell you. Because sometimes foreign empires can be extremely generous. But probably doesn't feel generous to them. To them, it's probably a small change. To me, it's quite significant, actually. So, the figure are indeed down immediately. They're not exactly thrilled. Why exactly are you so flipping miserable? Right now, you are... Ah, it's because of your flipping faction, isn't it? Yeah. Unfortunately, so you guys are just not particularly happy full stop at the minute. Now, best thing we can do here is probably, yeah, straight away throw down a mining network for you, but after that's done, there's a bunch of important stuff we can get down pretty quickly, like a gene clinic is never a bad thing on a new world, and a paradise dome will actually cheer you bastards up a bit too. Ah, but I need to upgrade the place first. Fine, well, let's actually just get ourselves on any kind of fairly unimportant spot. That's just 1 energy. Let's get ourselves a temple down. Hopefully some people will decide to actually migrate out there. That would be very, very useful indeed. And at some point, that gateway opened. Good. So that gateway does... Ah, that one does not open a set. So all I've got right now is, yeah, basically, I've got a little cluster of gateways. So now I can get down here to Pudinus nice and fast, which is very, very useful indeed, because, yeah, if I ever need to get my fleet down there in a hurry, if I just get to this system, I can then immediately take a shortcut to this one. So that is not exactly spectacular. It would be nicer, actually, if over here, Nishpan, actually, that was an actual part of the gateway network. But no matter, it's still definitely a nice to have. What I could really do with is actually securing a gateway on this side of the Empire. By the way... The Phophosans are still not done with this cocky war. You guys wage war very bloody slowly. It's a very kind of, you know, quiet, relaxing thing for you, isn't it? In fact, actually, I can't help but notice, guys, that you seem to have managed to actually lose huge amounts of territory. Like, actually, the polity of Hulfax appears to have come along here and seized huge amounts of your land. And you're not bothering to do anything about that. So that's unfortunate. Bloody Phophosans. Right, you know what? Maybe they don't really have a kind of role in the triumvirate of the future that I'm planning with me and the Raxar. Maybe it's more of a, like, a duumvirate, really. Oh! There's the lovely tradition gong. Everyone loves the tradition gong. Right. What do we have here? Well, when I say what do we have here, we're not exactly got a huge amount of choice, really, do we? No. Habitability up by 10% would help on a couple of planets. Federal Unity is, yeah, if I was part of a Federation, which I'm not for now. Those two only help if you're already inside a Federation. I'm not. So I'll take the Dynamic Ecomorphism because, yeah, Alien Tourism is just a new building, which can, under certain circumstances, be useful, a visitor centre. So let's get that underway. Yep, all looking pretty nice here. Ah, and the General Security Fleet has indeed been upgraded up to 40,000 strength. Now we're starting to flipping get somewhere. In addition, yeah, with those new flipping... Let's just have a look see at this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. With those new jump drives, even when we're not jumping, we can get from one side of the Empire to the other very, very nice and quickly. And that's exactly what I want you to do. General Security Fleet, report to this side of the Empire, if you'd be so kind. Wait, That's the best way you can plan to do. Okay, fine. If that's the best thing you can think to do, that's the best thing you can think to do. Because I think possibly, the next logical move would be to simply force these guys into submission. We could just basically get these guys to become our vassals. Like, at this point, what do they have left? They've got a handful of systems. They've got they've got 3 planets. And the planets that they've got, how actually, you know, good and well defended are they? This planet is barely defended at all. Barely defended. And plenty of these people will welcome me as a liberator because they are enslaved. So they're probably not too happy about life. So I could vassalize them, and I think you can force your vassals to not commit atrocities anymore. I can't recall. I think that's a thing. Right. Yeah, we could vassalize them, and the Raxar are doing very nicely. What are you guys even getting on with these days, by the way? Have you heard the good news? Up to plus 97 with them. Absolutely flipping marvellous. You guys are not technically at war with anyone right now. You guys are just quietly, you know, sitting there, being peaceful. The fleet power is pathetic, but they do actually have an equivalent technology level, which is nice. Yeah, this could all work very, very nicely indeed. If only they were willing to be friends with me and join a flipping federation, but they're not. It's very, very tragic. They're just going to be... yeah, I don't see a way we're going to convince them, to be honest. Other than by... well, actually, we're already spiritualist. So, I guess we could use we could kind of go a bit more militarist, but I don't really want to kind of, yeah, go militarist just for their sake. Oh, by the way, I know I could have actually, like, declared Zanaam either like a holy or a consecrated world, but both of those things just kind of boost influence, and at this point, I think I've got enough influence coming in. I think my influence income is just fine without bothering with that. Oh, and worth remembering, we do actually have, yeah, the guy who was the Pope. We've actually got a Spark of Genius, who's level 6 over here. So let's actually get you swapped in, because a Spark of Genius at level 6, especially as you're level 6 out of 5, for reasons. Oh, we've got an Earthquake, and we've got, oh dear. Right, we've got an earthquake on the Figjar mining colony. Bloody hell, I knew that world would be trouble. I shouldn't have settled on tectonic problems, really, should I? Oh well, no matter. In all fairness, it hasn't actually damaged anything. And hello, you've actually decided to just move out here, have you? What are you exactly? You are conformist, communal, wasteful. Nothing that really helps me one way or the other, to be honest. You're just sort of chilling out here. In all fairness, we can get rid of that sinkhole, like, you know, immediately if that's what we want to do. That's fine. What I should do, however, is get rid of that mountain range. Using... what's the technology, technically? Well, we can just get rid of mountains, because we just can. Because Betharium is good also. Hang on. Hang on, what technology was that? Oh, that was the Neutron Launchers I was hoping for. Ooh, shield hit points plus 5%. Yeah, we're kind of into repeating text at this point. And, oh, people saying, John, why aren't you researching positronic AI? That's not dangerous. I think they changed that. It used to not be dangerous. Now it does have certain risks attached to it. So I'm just not doing it, alright? I'm happy with my existing research speed. It's fine. Hang on. What's this one? Governing ethics attraction plus 10%. The thing is, it's kind of worth getting that done anyway. Because even if I don't actually need governing ethics attraction, I can just sell it. And if I sell it, then that's good, because it can be worth an awful lot of money for someone who actually does want it. So let's just get that done, because that's done in 9 months. Also, I've just quickly slapped down some additional anchorages and naval logistics officers, basically anywhere where there happen to be spare slots on my stations. And there's that psionic army, if that's what I want. Oh, yeah. Ooh, uplift. Apparently, I've never done uplift. This whole time, I never bothered with uplift. I've got 4 spare starbase capacity right now, and that's very expensive. Habitability up. Food up 10%. Uplift. I think I do actually have... no, I've got no pre-sentience in my actual empire. I could just get... you know what, screw it. Get that done. It's only 9 months. Get it done. Just get that underway, because that's worth it just for... if it happens to be in the empire, we can actually get back up to food caps sooner rather than later, which will be useful for growth. Ooh, also, that thing I've been waiting for, they completely forgot about. Yay! I can rearrange my government. Right, government, reform it, please. Because, yes, I can now add in 1 additional civic. And I'm going to keep myself as... actually, do I want to? Here's the thing. Oh, but... actually, I could give up Beacon of Liberty at this point. Because the thing is, I don't really actually, like... need it, because I don't need unity up 15%. Like, I've got plenty of flipping unity right now. And the thing is, democracies, they hold the election every 10 years to select the new ruler. However, if I go over to the oligarchy, that's every 20 years, but rather than having a mandate, which I just haven't been fulfilling, because I've got no bloody systems to actually fulfill them in. Oh yeah, people in the comments have been saying, like, the only way to do it is, like, demolish existing outposts, then rebuild them. That's kind of ridiculous. So, oligarchs, instead, they come with, like, bonuses, or at least they used to. It's been a while since I've played an oligarchic, but I think that might be worth having a think about. And what else do we actually have here? So trading hubs additional 1. No, that's not that useful. Cutthroat politics, edict costs minus 20%. Efficient bureaucracy plus 2 core systems, I can do without that. What I really want is governing ethics, no. Free haven, no. Functional architecture, no. What's going to be a good thing here? Mining guilds. Now that's flipping tempting. But actually, I think if I want the one I'm thinking of, which is I want to get my influence up. And I think to get your influence up, you need, the parliamentary system. Faction influence gain plus 25%. That's democratic. Now, I think that's actually worth it, because that's pretty damn powerful. So if I was just to get rid of Beacon of Liberty, and instead bring in mining guilds and parliamentary, so right now 308 and plus 7.47. So I'm going to bring in, mining guilds and parliamentary. Is there anything else that's good in here? No, I think I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. I mean, actually, the cutthroat politics is tempting as well, because edicts are powerful. So powerful, but no, go for parliamentary. And stay democratic so I can have parliamentary. Reform the government. And that gets us up to, oh my, look at that. 424 and 8.1 influence gain. Oh, that's huge. That's so flipping worth it. Oh, we have got so many minerals coming in right now. So many minerals. Oh, I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy indeed. Right, and on that reformed government, ladies and gentlemen, let's call it a part there. We've had a lovely peaceful part, this part. We've not started any wars whatsoever. But elsewhere on the galaxy, big wars have indeed kicked off. Like, wars are kicking off like crazy all over the flipping shop round here because everyone's decided to go to war with everybody else. I mean, we've actually got pretty good visibility thanks to all my listening outposts and whatever. Yeah, I can actually see a lot of what's going on. So, we will actually check in on how the ridiculous mega wars that have basically just spread across the entire flipping east of the galaxy are going on next time. As well as, I think, momentarily, oh yes, we will get our first Titan into construction as well. I think that's very, very good indeed. Oh, Titans. I'm very happy about the prospect of a Titan as a new flagship. And once the Titan's ready to go, I think we will be ready to try and vassalize the Rhino Turtles once and for flipping all. And once that's done, I think it will be about time for us to go back to war with these bastards. And I should have plenty of influence to do it with, because I'm gaining 8.11 every single month. Oh, that's just beautiful. That's flipping... I mean, just 3.86 from factions. That's ludicrous. Look at that. That's so gorgeous. That's amazing. So we will pick up with that very, very soon indeed, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Stellaris. Thank you very much, and goodbye. No, okay, that would have been good if I'd actually hit the ball. And swing! Yes, yes, yes! That is the swing! That is the swing! Come on! Go for you! Oh, yes! Oh. I'll get you next time, golf.